Okay, so this demo today is about how to make a 6-step value scale. I don't want to breathe the dust in and I want to make cleanup easy, so I cut open a brown paper bag and I'm putting my paper on this. It's my charcoal paper and I'm folding it in half because when I'm done I'm going to fold it. I'm also looking for the texture and I made a little mark. I'm trying to figure out which the right side and what the wrong side is. And the side with the most pronounced texture is the side I want to work on. So I'm going to flip it over. All right. So what you're going to need to do is set yourself up with a damp paper towel because your hands get messy. I have my pastels and some vine charcoal. I'm not going to draw with pencil because the pencil is metal and the pastel won't cover the pencil. All right, so the first step, once I'm all set up, is to put a ground of white pastel on my paper. And I'm going to use the brown paper on the side to clean my pastel because it's a little dirty. And I'm just going to go ahead and cover about half of my paper. Okay. And I'm going to work this in with a circular motion. All this little ground does is it makes it easier to blend and correct if I make a mistake with my vine charcoal. Okay. So the value scale that I'm going to show you how to do is something that artists do almost every single time they try a new material. You want to see what's possible. How light or how dark can the material get? So there are watercolor artists that will do a value scale with every single color in their toolkit. But this one, I just want to make sure that you can create a black, a white, and some intermediate gray values. So here's my vine charcoal, and I'm going to draw a long rectangle. And you can use a ruler if you want, but I'm not going to. Divided it in half, and then I'm going to take each half and put a segment in the middle. So I'll have 6 segments. And this is nice because it erases easily. Pencil will not. I already lost my pencil. Okay. So pencil, I'm going to show you. Pencil. The pencil cannot be covered by the pastel. So these materials are not compatible. When you're using pastel and charcoal, do your initial sketch with vine charcoal. All right, so now I'm ready to go. So a value scale starts with white and goes to black. So I'm just going to go ahead and do one of these white. Okay. If you get a dust, you want to take it and tap it on the floor. Never blow the dust. You don't want this airborne because you don't want to breathe it in. And now I'm going to come to the other side and do my black. And you can see the texture of the paper is still visible, and charcoal paper has a tooth or texture to it, so it holds a lot of material. Now I'm using a circular motion to blend. Okay. So I have this paper towel because your hands are going to get dirty, and if I want to make a lighter value, the material on my fingers is going to darken it. So it's just good to have something handy to clean your hands. Okay. All right. So I need to make some gray values, a light gray, kind of a medium light gray, a medium dark gray, and a dark gray. And this is a really forgiving material because if you put it on and you want to make it lighter, you can just do a lighter color on top of it. So I'm going to go ahead and stick this black right here and put some white on top of it and some more black on top of it and blend. And you can see that this is lighter than that. Now the kit does come with different values of gray. And you can use them, but what I want you to know is you can always modify what's here. So I'm going to try this light gray one. Maybe that's good. I'm going to do it over here as well. And if I take this finger that's dirty and blend, see how it gets darker? So that's why you want to make sure your hands are clean unless you're intentionally darkening something. So the dust does build up. And I said it's very, very important that you don't make this airborne by blowing on it. So I'm going to tap it on the floor. If you're doing this at home, you may want to have a separate piece of paper on the floor, a separate brown bag, so you're tapping it onto that. And if you're doing this at school, we're going to tape these vertically to our drawing boards, and the dust is going to fall down to the drawing bench where we'll clean it up with a wet paper towel at the end. Okay, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 values. The requirement is that you have 6 values, so I need something that's between these two. So I'm going to go the opposite way. This time I did black with light. Let me see what happens if I do light with black. The texture is still visible. I'm going to blend. Ta-da! So I'm using a circular motion. It works the pastel into the pores of the paper. And tap, tap, tap. Oh, this one's not very even. I might do another layer of material. And this one could be lighter. So this one's dirty. Rubbing it on the paper cleans it a bit. Okay, there. All right, so here is my 6-step value scale from pure white to pure black. And I had you fold the paper because this is very smudgy. Some people do spray this with an adhesive. I don't like to use anything that's toxic. So what I do, if I have a pastel work, is I put a piece of paper on top of it when I put it away to protect it. So you're going to photograph your 6-step value scale and upload it. And then when you want to put it away, just fold your paper over and it'll protect it and keep it safe. Ta-da! That's it. How do I stop it? All right, so that's